You just don't care about what I earn, you don't care about what places I go out to eat, you don't care about my social media following, and maybe that's exactly why talking to you feels different from talking to anyone else in this world. In a time where everyone seems obsessed with showing off, proving themselves, competing with strangers, and pretending their life is more perfect than it really is, you somehow stay untouched by all of it. You never look at me like I'm a profile to judge or a number to compare. You look at me like I'm simply a person, and honestly, that kind of connection feels rare now. Most people ask questions just so they can measure your value. They want to know how much money you make, what brand you wear, what car you drive, what restaurant you post from, how many followers react to your pictures, how many people admire you online, and whether your life looks impressive enough to make them interested. But you don't move like that. You never made me feel like I had to impress you. You never made me feel like I had to compete for your attention by becoming louder, richer, cooler, or more famous. Around you, I don't feel like I'm standing in an interview trying to prove my worth. Around you, I feel human. That matters more than you probably realize, because people get tired of pretending. People get exhausted trying to maintain an image every single day. Everyone wants to look successful, confident, unbothered, and perfect, even when their heart is tired. Even when they feel lonely. Even when they don't recognize themselves anymore. Social media taught people how to decorate their pain and turn it into content. It taught people how to smile while struggling, how to post while breaking down, and how to chase attention while feeling emotionally empty. But you don't seem interested in any of those games. You care about conversations. You care about energy. You care about honesty. You care about whether someone is genuine when nobody else is watching. And that's why I find myself thinking about you differently, because when I talk to you, I don't feel pressure, I don't feel like I need to exaggerate my achievements. I don't feel like I need to impress you with expensive places, fake confidence, or carefully edited moments. You never asked me to become a version of myself that performs for attention, you just listened, and in today's world, being truly listened to is one of the most attractive feelings anyone can experience. You know what's beautiful about you? The fact that your attention cannot be bought. So many people are attracted to lifestyles instead of souls. They fall for appearances instead of character. They become fascinated with aesthetics instead of emotional depth. But you look beyond all that surface-level noise. You don't seem hypnotized by money or status. You don't suddenly respect someone more because they have a bigger audience online. You don't treat rich people like royalty and ordinary people like they're invisible. That says a lot about your heart. It means you still understand the difference between value and image. And honestly, that's rare. A lot of people lose themselves trying to become impressive enough for the world to notice them. They spend years chasing validation, hoping likes and attention will fill emotional emptiness. They confuse popularity with love. They confuse attention with connection. They confuse being seen with being understood. But you seem to understand something deeper than that. You understand that someone can have thousands of followers and still feel lonely. You understand that someone can wear expensive clothes and still feel insecure. You understand that someone can eat at the fanciest restaurants and still go home unhappy. You understand that peace, loyalty, emotional safety, honesty, and kindness matter more than appearances. That's why your presence feels calming. You remind people that they don't have to constantly perform to deserve care. And maybe that's why I keep thinking about you. Because your energy feels real. You don't chase people because of what they can offer publicly. You pay attention to how they make you feel privately. You notice emotional consistency. You notice respect. You notice authenticity. You notice whether someone's character stays the same when there's nothing to gain. That kind of mindset is attractive in ways that physical beauty alone could never compete with. Physical attraction catches attention, but emotional peace captures the heart, and you have that rare kind of energy that makes people feel emotionally safe instead of emotionally exhausted. You know how many people are secretly tired of shallow conversations. Tired of fake confidence. Tired of people pretending to care only when there's status involved. Tired of relationships built entirely on appearances. Probably more people than we realize. That's why people like you stand out without even trying, because authenticity naturally shines brighter than performance. And maybe you don't even notice how refreshing your mindset is. Maybe to you, it's normal not to obsess over someone's income. Maybe to you, it's normal not to care about popularity. Maybe to you, it's normal to focus on personality instead of presentation. But trust me, that mentality is becoming rare. People are becoming more connected online while feeling more disconnected emotionally. Everyone can access each other instantly, but genuine connection still feels difficult to find. Conversations have become shorter. Attention spans have become weaker. Intentions have become more confusing. And through all of that, people secretly crave something real, something calm, something honest, something that doesn't feel transactional. That's why your energy leaves an impression. You don't treat human connection like a competition. You don't make people feel like they need to earn your respect through money or influence. You don't force conversations to become performances. You make things feel simple again, and simplicity is powerful. There's something deeply attractive about someone who values emotional intelligence more than social status. Someone who asks meaningful questions instead of superficial ones. Someone who notices how a person treats others instead of how expensive their watch is. Someone who pays attention to consistency instead of popularity. That kind of person creates comfort naturally, and comfort is underrated. People talk so much about excitement, but they forget how valuable peace is. Anyone can create temporary excitement, but not everyone can create emotional safety. Not everyone can make another person feel accepted without conditions. Not everyone can make someone feel enough without demanding proof. You do that without even trying. And maybe that's why your presence stays on my mind. Because with you, conversations don't feel fake. They don't feel calculated. They don't feel like networking. They feel human, I think one of the most beautiful things about you is that you understand that real attraction goes deeper than appearances. Looks can attract attention for a moment, but character determines whether someone stays in your life. Money can impress strangers, but kindness creates genuine memories. Popularity can create noise, but loyalty creates trust. You seem to understand that naturally, and honestly. People who think like that are dangerous in the best possible way, dangerous because they remind others what real connection feels like, dangerous because they expose how empty superficial validation really is, dangerous because they make people realize that peace is more attractive than performance. You don't seem interested in fake perfection, you seem interested in emotional truth, and that changes everything. You know what else I admire about you? The fact that you don't seem easily impressed by things designed to impress people. That level of self-awareness is powerful. It means your standards aren't controlled by trends or public opinion. It means you think independently. It means you see through appearances. A lot of people become hypnotized by status because they want proximity to power, luxury, or attention. But you don't seem desperate for any of that. You care more about whether someone is emotionally mature than whether they're socially admired. That's attractive, extremely attractive. Because emotional maturity is rare, a mature person understands that relationships built only on appearance eventually collapse. A mature person understands that attention is temporary. A mature person understands that peace matters more than proving something to strangers. And you give off that kind of energy, the kind that doesn't need external validation to feel valuable. The kind that doesn't panic trying to keep up with trends, the kind that doesn't need constant attention to feel important. That confidence is different, it's quiet, it's grounded, it's real, and honestly, quiet confidence will always be more attractive than loud insecurity pretending to be confidence. There's also something comforting about the way you see people beyond material things. It makes conversations feel deeper. It makes interactions feel more meaningful. It reminds people that who they are internally still matters. You make people feel like their personality matters. Their intentions matter, their energy matters, their honesty matters, not just their appearance or achievements. That kind of perspective creates emotional intimacy naturally, because people open up more when they don't feel judged, people relax more when they don't feel compared, people become more authentic when they don't feel pressured to perform, and somehow, your energy creates that environment. That's powerful. A lot of people don't realize how attractive emotional safety really is until they experience it, until they meet someone who makes them feel calm instead of anxious, someone who listens instead of competing.